welcome to the University of New South Wales and in particular to the School of Mathematics. In this video we're going to just talk a little bit about our two standard main first year courses, Maths 1131, Mathematics 1A, and the higher version of that, Maths 1141, which is Higher Mathematics 1A. The assumed knowledge for Maths 1131, we normally expect students to have a mark of at least 100 out of 150, combined extension 1 and 2 unit mark. So bigger or equal to 100 out of 150, or if you've done 2 unit maths, then you should have a mark of at least 85 out of 100 in order to be able to attempt Maths 1131. If you don't have marks in this range, or you're from interstate or overseas and you're not quite sure, then please come and get some advice about assumed knowledge. For Maths 1141, we assume you've got at least about 176 in extension 1, or bigger than 145, sorry that was extension 2, or bigger than 145 in extension 1. Again, if you're not sure about what's the best course for you, please come and get advice from us. We will be having some more information about tutorials shortly, but just keep in mind there are no tutorials in the first week. Tutorials commence in week 2. All of the teaching materials and announcements and information is found on Moodle, which is the university student information site which you'll be using for almost all of your subjects. Please also read your university email address, make sure you've got it set up properly and that you look carefully at university emails, because that's one of the main ways we'll be contacting you. I'll hand over now to Daniel to say a few words about the way we're going to organise our tutorials this year.
So I did want to say a few words about how the lectures and tutorials and homework all fit together to help you pass both Math 1131 and 1141. So the lectures are the first place where you'll see much of this material. You have 4 lectures per week, 2 for calculus, 2 for algebra. And lectures get recorded, but the recording is not as good as going to lectures. In lectures you get to sit there with your peers, discuss mathematics and hopefully ask questions of your lecturer. So they are recorded, but recordings are really just a poor cousin to actually attending the lectures. The tutorials are split into 2 kinds of tutorials starting from week 2. You'll have a classroom tutorial for calculus and an online tutorial for algebra in week 2. In week 3 these are swapped around, so in week 3 you'll have a classroom tutorial for algebra and an online tutorial for calculus. The online tutorials are the next thing you'll likely do after seeing the material from a lecture. In the online tutorials you'll get some first-hand experience in exploring these concepts using something called MapleTA, which is a lovely symbolic calculator, much more advanced than your calculator that you're perhaps used to from high school, which can do fancy things like evaluate integrals for you and plot graphs and tell you that x plus y is the same as y plus x. So we'll use this as a tool to explore concepts using through the online tutorials. They do get examined, that is to say the online tutorials count for 8% of your final grade, but they're not a hard 8%. These are more of an exploration than an assessment. You will get constant feedback through the online tutorials. There's a little button called the How Did I Do button, which will tell you if you've got it right or wrong, and you'll get nice comforting green bars when you've got it right and an unfortunate red bar when you get it wrong, but you'll know exactly if you've got it right. And the questions are structured, so you should be able to kind of feel your way through the questions. Again, it's not going to be difficult to do the online tutorials. They are worth 8%, and I hope you enjoy doing them. These dovetail with the classroom tutorials, where you'll sit down in a classroom with a tutor. Typically class size would be between 33 to 35, something like that. And you'll actually have someone perform questions for you, and you can ask them the questions that you have relating to the material. Finally, there's homework. So you'll have in the course pack a book for algebra and a book for calculus. These contain lecture notes, so everything that the course covers. This is the one-stop shop for everything in this course. It's all in these books. Theorems, examples and questions and even previous class tests. So this comes in the course pack. I really do recommend you get this material. It will help you pass the course. The assessment for the course, we have some class tests. There are 4 class tests, and you can get there's a lot of support here to help you pass these class tests. In addition to the homework and problems that are in these books, there's the student support scheme, there are consultation hours, and there are live streams before every class test, and there'll be another live stream before the final exam, so you can look that up on our YouTube channel, and Norman Wildberger and myself will perform live for you some past exams.
Well, one final and I suppose the most important piece of advice is if you are having any problems or issues during the semester, if you are experiencing illness or other problems, please come and get advice from the Director of First Year. My office is Red Centre 3073, which is level 3 in the Red Centre. That is very important. If you have problems and you don't deal with them, you don't get advice, and you come to the end of the semester, then there's not much that can be done at that point. So please use all the things that we have available in the school. The student support scheme you'll hear more about. There'll be consultation rosters, and again, as Daniel mentioned, I strongly recommend you get your hands on the course pack for your subject. As well as the notes, it also contains all the detailed information on our policies and assessments and so on. Thank you very much. Hope you have a fantastic semester with us, and I look forward to seeing you in lectures.